Hello, Dave.
Hello.
Welcome back to William Steel True Crime and Steel of Spotlight Television. Today we're bringing you part 2 of Dave's saga with the parole system in California. Now, Dave's incarcerated for 53 years after he was in jail 25 years ago and rejected a plea bargain. He rejected a plea for time served. They gave him 53 years as punishment. He's been sitting there 25 years.
52 years.
52 years. They gave him 52 years as punishment because he rejected a time-served plea that would have got him released immediately, and because he wanted his inheritance. He had family members stealing hundreds of millions of dollars in gold. So they were connected to the powers that be in Fresno, California, which, if you Google it, is the most corrupt city in the United States of America to this day. So now Dave's has approximately 23 years in, went for his first parole hearing, I believe, right? And they decided to give him a denial with a hit for another 15 years, which is an effective life sentence. So because he rejected a plea bargain, he was punished twice. First with a 53-year sentence, and then the parole board thinks they know better than anybody else. They think they know better than the prosecutor, better than the judge, and they want to enhance this man's time in prison to an effective life sentence for shooting a police robot. The first man in history to kill a police robot when it came crashing through his door for no justification whatsoever to kill him. So Dave, you just got denied. You just got denied parole, and our hearts go out to you. We're trying to do what we can to raise awareness. The parole commission. We understand that the parole commission did not even look over your evidence, and they were required to. What is your next step?
Well, basically, since Thursday, I've written 5 letters objecting and appealing and filing a grievance on their parole decision. I had a right under the Penal Code and the California Code of Regulations to present documentary evidence. It's a due process right under the Constitution of the United States and California. And they abused their discretion by not reading the documents and looking at all relevant information prior to making their decision. They admitted it on video on the parole hearing. It's going to be in the transcripts. So it's an automatic slam dunk appeal. I can't lose this. It just means I'm going to have to do a bunch more legal work and go jump through a bunch more hoops in order to get this straightened out. But I'm not upset about this at all. I didn't expect any kind of justice out of this parole board. They'll let a multiple rapist go that raped multiple women because his daddy has political ties and his daddy has money and made contributions to somebody. This guy gets paroled on his first parole hearing with multiple write-ups, while another inmate I know that's a good friend of mine, he's in prison for a criminal threatening. He said something somebody didn't like. They gave him 50 to life prison sentence. He went to parole board, and because he demanded they follow the California Code of Regulations and house him legally and quit violating his 8th Amendment rights to cruel and unusual punishment by housing him in a single cell, double selling him in a single man cell, they denied him parole for 3 years for that when he jumped through all their hoops. But yet they'll let a multiple rapist go because daddy has money and political ties.
Do you have the name of Do you have the name of the person that they released that they really shouldn't have released?
I've got the name, yeah.
You could say it here on the air. It's public record. You could say it.
It's William Hill.
So
William Hill.
So William Hill, allegedly, according to what you know, has multiple counts of rape, sex charges. He gets released by the parole board. You, who was offered a plea bargain of time served, they want you to serve a life sentence. And the parole board is making this decision to give you a 15-year delay on a rehearing. 15 more years on top of the 25 you just served.
After about 20 and a half I've just done.
Now, for my audience, put your comments in here. If you think you have any compassion or ideas or suggestions for Dave, if you know anybody in California that can step up and help him, especially with litigation or with getting some attention, he's willing to come on any other show as well. So if you want him as a guest, he makes a very compelling a sympathetic guest because he's got a horrible situation, and we're more than happy to give you a platform. So tell us what else you're doing now about this.
Well, I'm appealing it. Basically, it didn't surprise me when they did this. The parole commissioner smirked and kind of laughed on the video when I was sitting there saying what was going on. He thought it was funny that I won't cower to these people, and I'm being denied parole for not cowering. I'm being denied parole for being too aggressive and too intimidating and too threatening to these people, even though I've never made a specific threat against anyone. Okay, and this Miss Smitkamp, the Fresno County District Attorney, is filing paperwork and cease and desist orders on me, and the trial judge is filing cease and desist orders on me with the institution, okay, to keep me from trying to get justice in their court, because I'm saying, give me my land back and give me my trust fund and my inheritance that Fresno County's in possession of stolen property of. And they're sending the goon squad at the institution after me to bully, intimidate, harass me. And they've done this repeatedly. Well, the parole board is using this, not looking at the fact that I'm the victim here, and these people are doing this to cover and conceal their criminal misconduct and malfeasance, and that they're retaliating against me for trying to get justice. And I guess I'm supposed to just cower and lay down and let these people rip me off and destroy my life because they want part of my grandfather's money that he had.
Right, and I know your sister. We'll put her name right out there. Marissa lives in San Francisco, in one of the most expensive properties in the United States, partially on money that was supposed to be going to you. So you've been denied all of that. You've been ripped off for your inheritance. You've been fraudulently put in prison, demonized at every turn. And they took this from a plea offer of time served to now an effective life sentence, one step at a time. Now, I do remember when I met Mary, she said that she had hired a public relations firm for you to try to give you some publicity. My understanding is it was close to $15,000 paid to what, in my opinion, Goldman McCormick in New York is extremely questionable firm. A lot of issues with that firm, possible, corruption. I do know this thing. One of my best friends was the vice president of NBC, and he's in public relations. I now have a public relations firm. You don't take almost 15 grand from two women and make all these promises about helping them with their situation and helping you with your situation, because they were retained to do two things. I heard the conversations. I saw the paperwork. They lied and said that they were not, but they were. I saw the emails. They agreed to do two different specific things. Now, I recently, and in the past, reached out. And this one guy, Mark Goldman, has been avoiding the conversation. He's running in terror of all the people that are looking for him to get legal reparations for the harm that they caused to them and the devastation to their lives. That this, but
thrown in a hole.
Yeah, he had youth. He lied and had you thrown in confinement in the hole. He had all your legal work taken from you for no reason whatsoever. And this man should never be in public relations. He's a disgrace, in my opinion. Now, you know what you did, and we have the proof. We have your emails. So you can come after us all you want. You can harass. You can do this. But Goldman McCormick and Mark Goldman specifically, we know what you did. You know how many times I've reached out to you trying to talk to you about this. You owe this man an apology. You should be writing a letter to the parole board asking for his release, and you should refund Mary Bass and her mother their money. That's what you should do. So this whole thing is spun out of control. Now, this was a few years ago already, but he's been avoiding calls this whole time. When I was in New York, I literally went to the address that he lists as his business address. Turns out it's his house, and he's got his little son trying to run interference with him. He says, why are you talking to my ex-wife and my son? I says, why are you avoiding people that you owe money to and not returning their money? Do you want to go to court over this? We can go to court over this if you want to. So, But so Mary's done everything she can to help you, and now since I've in my situation, I have a big platform, I have millions of fans. This is a public relations firm in New York, Goldman McCormack, that doesn't want the bad publicity that's going to be coming real soon.
Yeah, they wrote the institution with their attorney Shyster Schwartz and manipulated the institution into retaliating against me for telling him to give Mary's money back.
Right.
I've seen the parole board is using this. The parole board is using this also to deny me parole.
Yeah, I've seen Schwartz's bogus attempts at doing various things and trying to intimidate people with this lawfare nonsense. Well, he doesn't realize that one of the top attorneys in the country is a very good dear friend of mine, and he was going against was it Avenatti?
Michael Avenatti.
He was representing him or against him over the whole Trump thing.
Schwartz was representing Michael Cohen.
So he was representing Michael Cohen, the guy that set himself up to testify against Donald Trump. So what he doesn't realize is Mary is sitting right next to me and has legal connections that are far more powerful than his little harebrained schemes and grammatically incorrect letters.
Yeah, it's just a scam. They're a scam artist company.
And again, this is the opinion of myself and my guest and Mary. We intend to try to resolve this with them. They've avoided it at every cost. They're avoiding refunding her money. They put her mother told them that they were going to get interviewed by Dateline NBC. They were getting them ready for an interview with Dateline. I think Inside Edition too. They know everybody. Yeah. They know nobody. Yeah. They know nobody.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know. I've got all the documents, dude. I've read through all the documents. I wrote them. I tried to get Mary her money back, and they body slammed. They had Schwartz go to the institution to shut me down, filing a cease and desist order on me.
That's okay. The truth is coming to light because Mark Goldman likes to hide from the truth and take money from women that he's not refunding when he didn't do what he was hired to do.
Yeah, I know. He's a scam artist.
And we're finding many other people who have had problems with the same firm along the same lines. Promise big things. It's one thing if you're in PR to kind of hype things and, hey, I can do this for you, I can do this. I can't guarantee results. It's another thing to say I'm going to get you on Dateline NBC. It's another thing to say I'm going to get you on Inside Edition. Get ready for your interview, and nothing ever comes. And then when you complain about it, they retaliated against you. So, Dave, let's wrap this up real quick, and we're going to try to get these out.
Okay. You guys have a good day, and I'm working on this thing from here. It's no big deal. I just have another fight on my hands, and I've got them backed into a corner now because they're holding proof and evidence I'm falsely imprisoned, and they're giving me a 15-year denial under those circumstances. And this is crazy. They're so corrupt and dishonest. It's Orwellian. So you guys have a good day.
We have tons
of 18 seconds left.
We have tons of reporting from California prisoners along the same lines of what you're going through with this parole board. Refuse to hear the evidence you submitted, and they were legally supposed to hear it and consider it. Thank you for joining us, Dave. Everybody, please leave a comment. Please leave a comment in the description.